Hello, and welcome to episode 11 of the Frametric podcast. Today we're asking a foundational question. What is RAG, and why do most analytics implementations get it wrong? So RAG lets AI access your data. But retrieval without governance is just hallucination with sources. Let's start with the wall everyone hits. When you first try to build AI analytics, you run into the same problem. The model does not know your data. It was trained on general information. It can reason about broad concepts, but it cannot tell you anything specific about your customers, transactions, or performance. You need a way to give the model access to your context. That is what RAG solves. And that is why almost everyone building AI analytics uses it. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Retrieval means pulling relevant information from your data. Augmented means adding that information to the model's context. Generation means letting the model reason over it and produce an answer. In practice, it works like this. A user asks why revenue dropped last quarter. The system retrieves relevant data such as sales records, historical trends, and segment breakdowns. The model receives that data as context and generates an answer. Without RAG, the model guesses or says it does not know. With RAG, it can reason over your actual data. That is powerful and necessary for AI analytics to work at all. But here's the problem. RAG solves the context problem. It does not solve the trust problem. Retrieval does not understand meaning. The system retrieves data based on keywords or search relevance. It does not know what active customer means in your business. It does not know which filters should apply or which time period is implied. It pulls what looks relevant and hopes the model figures it out. If the retrieved data is incomplete or ambiguous, the model does not stop. It infers, it assumes, it generates an answer that sounds plausible. You receive a confident response, but you do not know whether it is based on governed definitions, partial data, or unstated assumptions. Most RAG systems also lack a validation layer. They retrieve and generate without checking if the answer makes sense. Is the total realistic? Do the segments reconcile? Are there known data quality issues in that period? Without checks, wrong answers look as polished as correct ones. Definitions also drift. If business logic changes, new fiscal years, updated retention rules, or revised categorization, the retrieval layer does not automatically adapt. Over time, answers degrade silently. What is missing is semantic governance. RAG gives models access to data, but access is not enough. Governance defines what data means, what rules apply, and what checks must pass before an answer is trusted. Analytics is not a search problem. It is a definition problem. Revenue has a specific meaning. Active customer has rules. This quarter has a defined date range. Those definitions must be explicit, versioned, and enforced. Without that layer, RAG becomes an expensive way to produce plausible but unverified answers. RAG is becoming table stakes. Every AI analytics tool uses some form of retrieval. The differentiation is not whether you use RAG. It is whether you govern what gets retrieved and validate what gets returned. The market will split. Some systems optimize for speed, retrieve, generate, ship. Others optimize for trust, retrieve, govern, validate, then generate. Both will call themselves AI analytics. Only one will be decision grade. Retrieval gives you context. Governance gives you trust. Both are necessary. Neither is sufficient alone. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening to the Frametric podcast. If this was useful, follow the show and share it with someone evaluating AI analytics right now.